Hi everyone, I'm Drew with Mobility Direct, and today I'm going to be showing you how to unbox the all-new Pride Mobility Pursuit 2 heavy-duty mobility scooter. This is exactly how it's going to show up to your home. It may show up on a pallet, may not, probably will, but just want to show you what it's like to unbox and set up your all-new Pride Mobility Pursuit 2. Before we get into that, I want to make mention that if you haven't been to our website, make sure you do, because you can get your own copy of this catalog free, sent to you via United States Postal Service. Just click on the green link at the top of our website at mobilitydirect.com. Fill out your information, and we'll have it to you in just a couple weeks. Make sure you stay tuned for the end of this video where I tell you about our mobility scooter giveaway. If you want a chance to win a mobility scooter, make sure you watch to the end and like and subscribe to this video to stay up to date with our newest videos. With that being said, let's get into it. So this is how it's going to come. Couple boxes. This is the seat. This is the scooter. I'm going to go ahead and put the seat off to the side just for now. Go ahead and cut the straps. You'll be able to take off the top, the sides, and the bottom of the scooter. There's their Pursuit. As you can see inside, there's the battery and the entire scooter. So let's continue to unpackage it. Let's take the battery out. Let's put that off to the side as well. And we can start pulling away the walls here of the scooter. Pull out these corners. And continue to unpackage the scooter. As you can see, it's a beautiful colored scooter. It's orange and black. All right. Right here, we're going to press the yellow lever and press that in the up direction. Pull the tiller towards us. Continue to pull off the packaging here. Here's our basket and our user manual along with our key. And we have our rear view mirrors. There's two of them. Let's put those off to the side. And we're getting down to just the scooter now. Look at that. That's a nice scooter. So there's some more packaging going on the inside here. I can see that there's a charger on the inside, a box. So there's more stuff in here. All right, perfect. So here's our charger. This is your wiring harness. Of course, again, the charger's here. All right, so we're gonna have to go ahead and install the batteries, and we have a lithium battery charger. It's an 8 amp, 24 volt, absolutely nice charger. All right, so let's go ahead and remove this, and we'll get to installing a battery here. Let's take that off. Got a rubber band around it. All right, so if you want to adjust the seat post, you can go ahead and do that, and that would be probably the most appropriate time to do it now while the seat is off. And what you're going to want to do here is loosen up the nut on the back of this bolt. So you're going to need to use a socket set or 2 socket sets and go ahead and get this off here, and then you can adjust it up and down. Now it's going to come with 2 wire harnesses, but it's only going to come with 1 battery. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to unbox the battery and install it on the unit. Oh, basically it's telling you how to wake it on, wake the battery up. Okay. You just. Mm-hmm. All right, so if you decide you want to get a second, this is going to be your balance cable. This is going to communicate between both batteries. As I said, the scooter will come with only 1 unless you request a second and pay for a second. It's a upgrade to have 2 batteries. It'll get you approximately 40 miles on a charge. With the standard battery, with 1 battery, you'll get up to 20 miles per charge. Okay, so you want to go back to that bag. You want to grab the screws that were inside the bag here with the balancing cable, and that's how you're going to hook up your wire harness. So you find your positive and your negative. It's labeled on the battery. Using the positive and negative, black goes to the negative, red goes to the positive. So what we're going to do is go ahead and connect them. I'm going to connect the positive first. And one thing that we're going to have to note, when you put this in, you're going to have to bend the terminals up and forward. One. And here's the negative. Tighten that down, just using a regular Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just bring this up like that. So we can install the battery. I'm just going to put it on this side of the scooter since it's closer to me. It's Velcroed together here. So when we put this together, we got to keep in mind that we're going to Velcro it together. Down here. Just like this. Flip it like that. Make sure everything's nice and flat. Look, bring this down, tighten that up there. There you go. Just take this, put this under here. this serves no purpose. And we're going to go ahead and plug this in, just like so. Perfect. Now we're going to put the shroud back on, right on over the top. And it's in place. Now what we're going to want to do is get the seat assembled. And probably go ahead and just put on the basket at this point. And your headlight, you can bring that forward because it's all the way facing up. And let's get into the captain seat. All right, here are our armrest pads. And these are our armrest brackets. And here is the chair itself. Locate the bottom of the chair, which it's already on. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the chair by grabbing on the right side. There's a lever. We're just going to pull this handle up. First thing I'm going to do is break this tape. There we go. Now I'll pull up the lever, bring that forward. Here's our headrest. Put that in place. And now we have the bottom of the... And what we're going to do is put this seat on first before we assemble the armrests. I'm going to put the seat on just like so. You want to line up this with the hole on the bottom of the scooter. So that's the receiver. All right, so now that it's on, I'm going to go ahead and grab this lever on the right-hand side or left-hand side of the scooter, and I'm going to turn the seat. And it locked into position. As you can see, I can adjust it. And to show you how to install the armrest, we're going to keep it just right there. Now I've got the brackets to the armrests. So I always say the labels should be able to be read, so make sure they're facing out in the right way. Labels are meant to be read. We're going to remove this here. We're bringing that to the desired position, which is going to be there. Now I need to tighten this up to make this nice and sturdy. Once you have your armrest pins locked in, you're going to need to tighten the set screws. There's one on each side using an Allen key. See how this one here is nice and sturdy, as this one here wiggles. That's why it's very important to tighten these up. Once we do that, we can install the armrest pads. They're going to be located in this box. One for each side. They are the same. So one's just going to drop in here. As you notice, it is height adjustable. Again, you're going to have to tighten that set screw for the desired height. I want to make mention that when you do install these, many people make the mistake and leave them at the lowest point, and that's not the best thing, because then you can't put the armrest up properly. So what you should do is just bring them up just a little bit. Even if you bring it up to there, that would be great. But I'm going to put it to here, and we're going to tighten it. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, nice and sturdy. Perfect. Now that we've done that, I can go ahead and straighten out the seat by pressing forward on the lever and turning the seat back. Rotates every 45 degrees. Got a couple more things to do here. Now we're going to go ahead and put on the rear view mirrors. One is going to be installed on each side of the tiller. He's going to remove this cap here. There's one there. And one here. We're going to save these and put them in our user manual with the additional hardware that we have here. While I'm in there, I'm going to pull out the keys. We're going to be using these shortly. Let's go ahead and install the mirrors. Now you're going to need a pair of pliers or a little open-ended wrench, adjustable open-ended wrench, but you get your right side and your left side. This is your left. You want to use a pair of pliers to tighten that, make it easier, make it more sturdy. If you go over vibrations, you're going to have to tighten these up from time to time. Now we're going to put it on the right side. All right, guys, we got a couple more things to do here. We have our keys, but I do want to make mention that this is a lithium scooter by Pride Mobility, so we're gonna have to follow the instructions because the scooter's batteries are shipped in a storage mode, which basically the batteries are off. So we're gonna need to wake up the scooter by plugging the scooter directly into the charger first before plugging it into the wall. And remember, you have to plug in the scooter first before plugging it into the wall. If you plug it into the wall first, that's not the way to go. So you have to plug it into the scooter first, then into the wall, and you're gonna have to wait a couple minutes until the batteries wake up. Get a full charge, and then you can turn the scooter on. Because right now, as I said, it's in storage mode, and once you get it right out the box, this is what's gonna happen. So if you open up the key ignition, put the key in, and turn it on, nothing happens. Ordinarily, the scooter would turn on just like so. Remember, we connected the batteries, we plugged it in, we know that it works. So we have to make sure that we wake up the batteries because this does have a lithium battery and the battery will go into a storage mode. So you got to keep that in mind. If you're traveling, you go out of town, if you don't charge your scooter's batteries are going to go into a storage mode. It's just to preserve the battery so that it doesn't die out completely so that you can recharge the battery again. They're expensive batteries, so we're going to make sure that we can recharge the batteries properly. Moving forward. In regards to what I just said, you're also going to find this in your packaging material, and it tells you that specifically. You need to connect the 3-pin XLR to the charger, the 3-pin charging port on the battery box. In this particular case, there is no port on the battery here, it's on the scooter. So you gotta make sure you plug it in first to the scooter, then you have to plug it into the wall. Okay, so we're gonna have to do that. Right now we're gonna take the scooter off of the pallet, and let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna have to put the scooter in neutral. And we come to the back of the scooter right here, just like that, press it forward, and we're gonna roll it right off the pallet. just like that. Let's go ahead and put it back in drive just so it doesn't roll around anywhere. And that's how you're going to get the scooter off of the pallet. It was very simple. So again, the next step we're going to have to do is take it inside and start the charge on it so we can wake up the batteries. All right, so now that we got the scooter inside, we're going to grab our charger. We're going to open up the charger box. This is an 8 amp charger. It's really nice lithium charger. And as I mentioned, before you plug this in to the wall, before you plug anything in, what you're going to want to do is locate your XLR port. This is the end that's going to go into the scooter. It's going to go into the front end here. You're going to line up the pins with the holes. It's very, very, very simple. As you can see, the third pin, the offset one, is down to the bottom. Arrow faces up, plugs right in. So that's the first step. The next step here is to plug the rest of it in so that it can go to the wall. So we're going to undo our little bread ties here on both sides. And we're going to remove our protective cover. Plug one end into the charger itself. And then plug the other end into the wall. As you can see here, we have power. It is now charging, and here is our LED status on the charging. So when it's fully charged, you're going to see one red light and one green light. So the power light is always going to be on. Your charging light will go from orange amber color to green. So you have always this power light on. Once it's fully charged, it'll be green, as I said, and you can operate the scooter. Okay, so I've had this on the charger just for a couple minutes, and I wanted to demonstrate to you before, we couldn't turn the scooter on. I've left it charging for a couple minutes now. If I go ahead and turn on the scooter, you can see it turns on now. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to unplug it just to show you the scooter does work. But before its first use, we're going to make sure we get a full charge out of it. So we're going to go ahead and leave that in there and charge that, wait till it's fully charged, and then you're going to be able to use it. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video of me unboxing and setting up the Pride Mobility Pursuit 2 mobility scooter. It's an absolute great scooter. It's pretty, it's beautiful, it's fun to ride. Now, I told you, I promised you to tell you about the mobility scooter giveaway. If you're still here watching right now, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. By liking and subscribing to our channel, you automatically enter to win a free mobility scooter every month. That's right, we're giving away a mobility scooter to one of our lucky subscribers every single month. It's a promotional thing that we're doing just for YouTube, so make sure that you spread the news. You can tell your friends and everybody. If you're interested in this scooter, visit our website, mobilitydirect.com, where you can get parts and other information about this particular Pursuit 2 heavy-duty scooter. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. All right, cool.